Today, I'm going to share with you how to determine the best neighborhoods to invest in so you're not wasting your time and money searching for deals in the wrong areas. Hey, did you know that real estate investors classify neighborhoods into groups? Stay tuned because I'm going to share which strategies work best in these groups of neighborhoods, and we're starting right now. My name is Goff and welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about investing in real estate, be sure to click that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. One of the most asked questions I get is, where are the best places to invest in real estate? And my first response is always, wherever there's houses, right? I mean, they aren't making any more land. This could be your backyard all the way up to the fastest growing cities. And my second response is, which I believe is the most important, wherever there's problems. In other words, people that have a specific situation like health problems, loss of job, behind on payments, behind on taxes, divorce, money problems, death, job transfer, and there are many more. We are finding problem ownerships, situations that allow us to invest no matter if it's a seller's or buyer's market, not properties listed for sale that are getting multiple offers or houses that are overpriced because of supply and demand. Then we are determining our investment strategy and applying it to the most probable neighborhoods. Just think about it. These situations happen every day in every town and city across America. There may be problems happening right now on the street you live on because everybody goes through problems. It's part of life. Before we move on, I want to share with you a couple of ways to look at investing in real estate. It's going to help you determine the best places to get started with. Long-term investing. You can do market studies, analyze neighborhoods, and look at trending to maximize your investment over time. This is how I would look at a long-term strategy. So if you're just looking at the future, this would be a great strategy and has been a proven way to invest even when markets go up and down. The best places to invest long-term and based on my experience include a capital city or a major attraction plus a major university plus job growth equals a great long-term gain. So when these three things come together, it's going to be a great place to invest from a long-term point of view. Short-term investing. You look at a short-term strategy because you need to make money now. Who cares what happens 20 years from now if I can't get ahead today? Me personally, when I got started, I spent at least 90% of my time and money focused on the short term because this is what paid the bills, got me out of that job, and ultimately made me more money than my job and any kind of retirement I could have saved for. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't save money. What I'm saying is that I put everything I made back into my business. You see, my business was my retirement. I was betting on myself. So no matter which way you decide, and heck, you could do both, you'll need to know which neighborhoods are best and which strategies are best for those neighborhoods. There are 4 types of neighborhoods: A neighborhood, B neighborhood, C neighborhood, and a D neighborhood. Let's break this down and go into a little more detail. First is explaining it by income. So when we look at an A neighborhood, this is generally where you're going to have your high income earners, where a B neighborhood is going to be that middle to high income. C neighborhood is going to be that middle income, and D is going to be that low income. Now, if we take these same neighborhoods and measure it by price, obviously the A neighborhoods are going to be the most expensive. This is going to be your gated communities, multi-million-dollar properties, where a B neighborhood is going to be above that medium price point. A C neighborhood is going to be that average, that middle price point, and a D is going to be below that middle price point. This is my neighborhood matrix chart. Now, with this chart, you're going to be able to quickly decide what the best strategies are for each type of neighborhood. Sure, you can work any strategy in just about any neighborhood, but what are the most probable? You could wholesale a home in a $1 million gated community, but it's like finding a needle in a haystack. Let me explain this chart in a little more detail. So here you can see the A neighborhood. where the strategy is going to be owner finance, lease option, what we call straight option, which isn't really practiced all that much. These would be the two most probable strategies that are going to take place in this type of neighborhood. Now, above the letter A, we have cash and terms, right? So you could go pay cash in this particular neighborhood. You could also most likely get it more on terms, and that's why I like to put the owner finance lease option. Where in the B neighborhood, you start to open up some more possibilities. Again, a B neighborhood is going to have more people than an A neighborhood. So owner finance lease option options, and then the retailing business, the fix and flip. And then you move to the C neighborhood. This is pretty much where you could do everything. This is where the majority of people are going to live. So owner finance lease options, options retailing, and wholesaling. And then we move to the D neighborhood, and wholesaling is going to be the most probable strategy there. Now, we're not talking about exit strategies because you could obviously buy a property for cash in a D neighborhood and just rent it out. What we're talking about is where we're going to start working. How are we going to acquire these properties? We could use these same strategies as our exit strategy, just depending on what your investment strategy is. Now, if you look at the very bottom, I like to break each method out, each strategy, and tell you what is it, cash or terms. So wholesaling, retailing, an option is going to be more of a cash method, meaning that we're going to pay the seller in one lump sum. Whereas a lease option owner finances, we're going to buy it on terms. How much down, how much a month, and how long can we do it for? So when I look at this chart, I like to really separate the cash and terms. And as you can see, you can almost do both in every single neighborhood. Now, I would think it would be more probable to go to $1 million home and have the better option of owner financing it or lease option. But again, you could just buy it for cash. It could be in foreclosure or something like that, a distressed seller. There will be situations in these neighborhoods that you can do all strategies. What I don't want to do is do a lease option in a D neighborhood. Most people with low income are just not going to have the cash or even potential credit to even buy these types of houses. And generally, because of the price point is generally low, there aren't too many banks that are going to loan out money at such a low amount. So you do have to watch, what strategies are you working and what neighborhoods are we really supposed to be in? I know when I got started wholesaling, I was driving the B neighborhoods. That's where I was like, oh, these are the cool properties. It would be great to find a really cool deal here. And I was spinning my wheels. I couldn't find any deals until I started to move more into what we call the C neighborhood and the D neighborhood. So kind of right in between those two types of neighborhoods is where I started to see success. This same thing is going to happen when you're working other strategies as well. Now, if you're an REIPro member, you can download this chart for free in your members area. You'll be on top of your game. It's going to save you a tremendous amount of time. I put together a video on how to determine the median home price in your area using REIPro. You can see that video right here on your screen, and be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell in order to receive more training videos on investing in real estate. And I'll see you on the next training video where we'll talk about the median home price. It's going to help you determine where the best neighborhoods are for the real estate strategy you're investing with.